like 100 naira. You can literally prepare a soup with 100 naira, and I'm telling you, naira. Yes.
Welcome to Banter with Ebuka, a podcast where we discuss issues that relate to us as human beings and also as Nigerians generally. Once it has to do with lifestyle, this is your go-to podcast where you get entertained and informed on issues relating to us all. So today we have a very special topic that talks about the nightmare of a final year student. And to share this microphone with me, I have my very good friend here who is a student of ABU Zaria, Emmanuel. I'll give him time to introduce himself, and from there we are going to take it up. And please, I want to urge you, do well to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that the YouTube algorithm will notify you of our subsequent videos. Emmanuel, welcome to Banter with Ebuka.
Thank you.
How has it been so far?
So far it has really been an awesome journey.
All right.
And a surprising one for that matter, because this is not really what we expect.
Okay. So before we kickstart this show, I would like you to first of all tell our audience who you are, and from there we'll get it started.
Like I said, thank you for having me. My name is Luka Emmanuel. Okay. I'm a 400 level student of human anatomy in Ahmadu Bello University.
So talking about human anatomy, what is it like in general?
Basically, human anatomy is a study of the human body structure and its functions.
Okay. So now you've gotten to your final year level. Like, how many years is it, and how far has it been so far?
So far, it has been 6 years or so, because we started from like 2017 and the rest, and as a result of coronavirus pandemic issue and that of strike also, that has really kept us.
And this was supposed to be like a 4 years course.
Yes.
So the coronavirus, the strike and all that prolonged it. So as it stands now, do you still see yourself still within the level of possibly, still chasing that dream?
For now, we just want to finish. For now, we just want to finish, because it has really been a frustrating one. Coming in with the vibes of wanted to get first class. Graduating after 4 years, and now look at me, all with bears and the rest. And
you don't mean it. I just want you to give us a glimpse of what your first year was like and now. Like, what I mean is, that point where you got admission. There's this kind of joy in you, having found yourself in the admission list. And what is it like? Like that tempo, the spirit, is it still same with now? Let's hear you out.
Like I said, getting admission in Nigeria, first of all, is a prayer point. And finally getting it, and we have these vibes that when we go there, we're going to nail it. Okay. So this ginger was there, like we just want to just go in. So finally getting the admission, and it was like a dream come true. All of a sudden, the curriculum, everything was just like choking us. Like, we wake up in the morning, you go to class, you drag for front seat and every other thing. And it was really frustrating, but we're still pushing.
Okay, so let's also hear your own side of the story. Like, what is the most skillful excuse you've ever given just for you to avoid either submitting your assignment or avoiding lectures?
Okay, the truth is that we can't give these lecturers excuses. We give ourselves.
Just tell us now. Make we hear you.
I think light is one of the basic issue I can use. Is everything for us in school. Okay. Like, immediately there's no light, automatically there's no water, because the light helps us to pump out the water, and also the light also helps us to get good Wi-Fi. So we can also use that. We can just use that as an excuse. So me, basically, I use light as an excuse. There's no light, so.
You live in campus, right?
Yes, I stay in campus.
Now tell me, living in campus, these are people that are not, should I say, they are not your siblings. You met them for the first time. Like, were there some kind of, how were you able to adapt living with people that are usually like people that are not your siblings?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say it's really a hard one. It's really a hard one because why is just easy for me is because I attended a boarding school, so I've seen some of these things in the boarding school. So coming to the hostel wasn't too that difficult to adapt to. But I put it to you that when you come to a university system, like the hostel where you want to come and stay, ah, if you're not careful, you will run because you will see people cooking without washing their pot for like 4 days.
Serious?
You will see them keeping their dirty clothes. Like some of them will even keep it on your own bed. Some like many things that you hardly adjust to, but we just have to just put up with this.
Talking about Sakpa, I know why you are why why you are running your program. What's the most creative food you've ever prepared? Like with the least amount, looking at it that your pocket is dried. Like now when Sakpa don't hit you small, tell us like what type of give us a recipe of what you've been able to prepare with in Sakpa
Okay,
kind of
okay.
era.
I'm a northerner, if you can see. So, but I didn't grow up in the north. So I can only say I would say I don't eat much of this swallow that much. So, but my mom find a way of sneaking some of these things into my foodstuffs, and she definitely knew that if I'm broke, I will go back to these things. Like me making dry okra with pepper and with like 100 naira, you can literally prepare a soup with 100 naira, and I'm telling
100
you,
naira.
yes,
What
with
are what
100 naira.
like what are the condiments?
Let's say dry okra for 15 naira. I only have I can just get dry pepper, then possibly onions, and that's all. Like with the brokest level you can be, you can still make soup out of that.
With 100 naira.
Yes, with 100 naira. I'm
Madu.
telling you.
I think you guys are going to come and collect some recipe from him. Imagine in this Nigeria of ours, you are preparing soup with 100 naira. Anyway, that is a very wonderful one. Then let's also ask and know, did you ever have any crush while in school?
Yeah, but that one is constant for
Then tell
everybody
us
now.
now.
That
I
one is
take run and
constant.
now give us some tips. Now,
It
Mona,
didn't,
so
it didn't
take.
end up well for me. It didn't end up with
Let's
well for
hear
me.
you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Let's hear
like
you.
every other person in the university system, I had a crush, and I told my friend, and my friend was like, I can get a number for you. So he got the number for me. So I was trying to chat her up and all those stuff, and she wasn't giving me that vibes. But I didn't give up. All of a sudden, one night I was passing through the hostel. I saw her being dropped off with a Benz.
Oh my
Honestly, with
God.
a Benz, and she was walking to her hostel with like two bags of. And I was like, this is really this is really a no brainer.
Yeah,
But
you
let
had
me
to ask
just,
yourself
yes,
again whether.
honestly. And since then, I just had to just
Oh
let
my
go.
God, that was. I can imagine. So okay, tell us what's your worst or your best experience ever in school like?
Okay. I think one of my worst experience was, like I said earlier on, going into university system. I promised myself that I was going to come out of his class. That's just it. So my first result, ha,
Oh my God.
God. When I came, I literally just saw my reg number. So I was like, I just looked at the tracing there, and I saw a GP that I like. It's really how like
you,
like
you think God they make
I
your
will tell
your
you,
your
I
BP?
fear, I fear. So I was like, no, this is not. I had to go and trace it. This is my reg number. This is the state. This is the state. Yes, this is my name. And coming to the GP is still the same thing I saw earlier. I was like, Jesus.
That was
This
when
thing
it
would not
dawned
kill
on
me,
you.
oh. Honestly, that's
Nice.
one of the most frustrating things. Like you'll be seeing that your effort is not commensurate to your result, and all of that is very frustrating. Honestly, it's very frustrating. And I think one of the
Best.
the best for me is, I think it's towards this final year. Actually, the way I see them organizing the final is as if we are going to heaven. They want to organize a dinner. They
Nice.
want they want us to wear suits. They want us to, like, as if all of us are coming out of first class.
Nice.
The way they're doing it is very
Some are not
good.
even aware that they are still going to stay
Oh
behind to
God,
ride their carryover.
that's just the amazing thing. Like, unfortunately, not everybody are going to graduate. That's just the truth. But the way everybody is doing it now is as if everybody is going to graduate, and I think I'm happy for us, so that we'll just all be happy, so that when next you are coming, you will put more effort.
And I know that maybe as it stands, you must be working on your final year project.
Yes, sir.
Tell us, let's know what is it like? Like, is there any funny thing you've experienced, maybe in terms of your project supervisor, or having problem doing whatsoever? Like, let's.
Okay, for me, I'm working on how nutrition affects students' physical growth.
Okay.
That's one of the key thing I'm working on, and it has to do with you taking measurement of school children. Like, I'm working with school children now because I have this age range. So I'm working with two different schools. So I have to check take some of their parameters, like their height and their weight, and that will help me to know their let me say their body mass index. And with that, I can be able to tell you that these people are overweight, underweight, and the rest. So I took the samples from one school and going to another school in Zaria, in Bomu. Oh my God, I'm telling you, we almost ran away from that school because going down to take measurements from the students, their waist, their arm, and their height, their weight. I'm not going to tell you that I think we couldn't do much in that school because of the odor around the environment. I don't know if it's because it's coming from the student not taking their baths. We couldn't just do much there because it was really frustrating. Basically, the smell they pass when they want to kill us.
Talking about your project supervisor, did you at any point have any issue, like, approving your project whatsoever? Did you ever have any issue like that?
Okay, so far, I would say I will really give it to. Though my first supervisor was changed because she moved to another school. The current one now, he's really helping. He's really helping. He was one that bring about the idea of doing this topic first, and he was now guiding me on how to go about with it and everything. So it's really not a challenging one. Though others are really finding it hard to to even get a topic and all of those stuff. Yes.
During the strike period, like, was it helpful for you or not?
I would say it's helpful, and on the other hand, it's not helpful. It's helpful because I was able to work
Okay.
and get some money. But on the other hand, it's slower. At least, like, it reduces the time that we're supposed to graduate. We were supposed to have graduated like 2 years back, but coronavirus added his own. What's it called? The strike now added her own too. So is I wouldn't say it's completely.
So if I may just ask this particular question, you say you are studying human anatomy. Having studied human anatomy for, should I say, 6 years?
6 years.
Do you still have the urge for you to work in an organization where you have to practice your human anatomy course? And where exactly is that?
I think it's some of the fields where is at our own disposal now is as a human anatomist. One of the major things is that you can lecture, but you can't lecture just from a degree with a degree certificate. So you have to have at least a master degree. But on the other hand, you can also work in a mortuary.
You say what?
You can also work in a mortuary.
So will you be proud to work in the
No,
mortuary?
I said you can also. I didn't say I can also work.
I don't understand.
No,
Why
no, no.
why were you
No, I have
doing
other plans. I have other plans.
Plans
I have
like
other
what?
plans. Please.
So are you going to waste your
No. It's a degree. It's a good degree. It's
Nice
a good
one,
degree.
nice one.
At least you personally, I think you can also work in the gym. You can work in so. I think also in the museum. Yes, like what I heard.
Okay.
So it's brings you so many opportunities.
Okay. Then what exactly is your dream job? Like, what do you envision? What do you see yourself working in the next, after your graduation and your youth service?
With this my certificate, with this my
What?
certificate,
Yeah, you have a dream, so just tell us generally.
I think Nigeria as a whole, like if you are as a degree holder, you're open to so many opportunities. Yeah, so among them, if any of it, like any of a very good offer, like a good offer that can really, I can go for it. But on the other hand, I will want to further, so as to like I will want to lecture. So at least if I can further more, I can start from being an associate lecturer, and from there I can do something.
Okay, this should be the concluding question. If you are opportunity to see yourself in first year, like what advice would you have given yourself as a first year student?
I wouldn't tell myself not to, like I said, and I will still say again, I had plans on getting first class, but now leave this first class for these people. They no go give you. They no go give you. Just try your best and graduate.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Just try your best and graduate.
I just wish you all the best now as you prepare for
No,
your
they are
final.
gurus, oh, they are gurus. They are
But
gurus.
I don't understand why
They are
are you
gurus.
not among the gurus? What stops you?
I'm a goo. I'm a goo.
I say, all right. It's nice having you. I hope maybe we'll still have you some other time on this podcast where you share your thoughts. That should be after your graduation. Well, we should be able to say one or two. So, guys, you've seen that this is how it went down with my very good friend here, Emmanuel. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. So I want to please urge you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do well to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell for more.